All right, the Avs and Nuggets may be in the headlines this morning, but at Empower Field, the Broncos are working overtime this week, putting together a plan for the NFL draft, which starts tomorrow night.
It's been a couple months since the Broncos' heartbreaking loss in the AFC Championship. Fans are thinking Super Bowl.
Yes, you should always think Super Bowl.
Absolutely, and that makes the draft very important as the team tries to add the missing piece.
Broncos insider Mike Kliss joining us this morning. So, Mike, what position would you say represents the Broncos' greatest area of need going into tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's they're actually not working overtime. They're working part-time. They don't have a first or a third round pick. For Bronco fans, look at this draft as Jalen Waddle for the Broncos. They traded away their first and their third round pick so they could get a receiver, a 5-year receiver, proven. Jalen Waddle is the Broncos draft. And so they got a receiver. They got a big weapon for Bo Nix. I think primarily they're looking for another weapon for Bo Nix. Running back and tight end are the two positions that they're looking strongly at. Edge rusher, you can always use another guy who can get to the quarterback, inside linebacker, but primarily what I've been advocating is running back and tight end. A tight end who can go down the seams, catch that 20-yarder, kind of split the defense. Those are the two positions the Broncos need.
Mike, is there any chance the Broncos trade into the first round?
No, because the first round has 32 picks. The Broncos aren't selecting until number 62 at the very back end of the second round. So in order to get, the way the draft valuation charts work out, in order to get from 62 into maybe 30 where they were before, they'd have to trade the rest of their draft and maybe another player in order to get the equivalent of value to move into the first round. So do not look, I think Thursday's going to be a boring day for Bronco fans, unfortunately. But again, think Jalen Waddle and not that they don't have a first-round pick.
So no first-round pick, no third-round pick, as you mentioned. They do have 7 picks, though, overall, which is still a good number. My question for you here, Mike, what do you think the best strategy is? Grabbing the best player available when your pick comes up, regardless of what position they play, or should you be more position-specific and grab the player that really fills your team's best need?
Yeah, they always say they're going to draft the best player available, but really they're going to take the best player available at a position of need. And that's why I think running back, because the reason why I say running back is J.K. Dobbins is their lead back again. J.K. Dobbins has a history of injuries, and he went down last year, and it really hurt the team. I think even without Bo Nix, had J.K. Dobbins been healthy for that AFC Championship game in that snowstorm, the Broncos could have beat New England at Empower Field that day. But they didn't have J.K. Dobbins. And so I don't think you can run it back with Dobbins, R.J. Harvey, who's a good number 2 back, and Jaleel McLaughlin, who's a solid little scat back, but is was kind of in and out of the lineup last year. So I think they need another reinforcement at running back. And tight end, Evan Ingram was disappointing production-wise last year. Sean Paton and him couldn't get on the same page a lot. He returns, so I think he's the guy they're kind of looking for, but they want another Evan Ingram type who's got younger legs and will be ready to help out this year and help out also in 2027.
Okay, Mike, we have just a few seconds left. Who are some of the names Broncos fans should keep an eye on?
Max Clare and Eli Stowers are the tight ends that everybody's been looking at. And we're talking about that number 62 pick. Yep. Mike Washington, Emmett Johnson of Nebraska, Jonah Coleman of Washington. Those are some of the running back names that are out there. Having said all that, last year they needed a running back and tight end, and they wound up getting a cornerback in the first round, Jahdae Barron. So I'm sure they've got their own thoughts and not just what everybody else thinks.
Yeah, the draft can certainly be a crapshoot each and every year. Mike, we appreciate you joining us today. Again, the draft starts tomorrow night. The Broncos, though, with no first-round picks.